For me, product design is interesting because I can come up with an idea in my head of something that did not exist before, and through the design process, create a real product that we can actually use in our everyday lives.
The weaving of Kertupat is a practice that has been passed down over generation, and it is usually done during Hari Raya. Historically, the Kertupat has always been used as a container to store rice. The compact design helps to store the rice easily, and once it's cooked, the rice can last for a very long time. Apart from that, the people use it as a celebratory food item even in the pre-Islamic Malay world. My name is Anita Binti Tompang. I am a homemaker. I've been practicing Kertupat ever since I was 9 years old. I enjoy Kertupat weaving as to carry on my parents' legacy.
I think it would be great if you could teach me how to weave the different techniques of the various shapes of Kertupat.
This is the most iconic type of Kertupat. We make it during the Hari Raya. This is called a Kotopat Pasak. Basically, we have to take a strip of young coconut leaf, then we cut off the harder part. You're just using your two bare hands and then you start weaving.
I'm quite clear that I want to make sure that we retain the iconic shapes, and also we would want to showcase the techniques of Kertupat weaving.
I want to bring the Kertupat to another level that people will appreciate. That's why I don't compromise. When I say it to you, you have to retain the shape of the Kertupat, right? Because different races, when they see it, they know this is Kertupat.
We wanted to celebrate the traditional techniques of weaving. So that had to come through very clearly and very prominently. That's why we chose the most iconic form, that Kertupat Pasak, that same Kertupat that you see during the Raya celebrations, and that's the same one that families would come together to weave during these events. I like modularity and kind of using patterns in my designs. So I like how something is from a single form that you can then use as a pattern or tessellate into different configurations. That's always a big theme in my work. We are creating a bench and a stool inspired by traditional ways of living or sitting. I think it's quite relevant, especially today. Currently, we use lots of bean bags, especially now when work and home life is colliding or kind of mixed together. So this would be an ideal product to bring this Kertupat weaving craft into a more present-day setting. For our final submission, so Madam Anita will be creating the bench and I will be creating the stool. So we'll be weaving around about 300 Kertupat modules. The final material will be thick felt. So after cutting them into 1 meter strips, we'll take 2 of these strips and then we'll weave a Kertupat module. When they are done, we would stuff them or fill them with a polyurethane foam block so that they will retain their shape and density. So we have different densities of foam that we would actually use in this product. The top layer would be a softer layer where the foam is more comfortable. The middle layer has a bit more structure, and then the final layer is quite a dense solid foam for structure. The Raya concept is modular furniture that can be configured into a stool when you need it, a bench if you need more seating, perhaps even like a floor mats, or with a little bit of support. It's really open-ended. You can essentially configure anything you like. So, what do you think of our product in the end?
I think it's nice, like what I imagined. For me, this is a great design. I expected the design had to become like that. But I'm glad that you pick up this Raya Kertupat because it's really symbolized the iconic Kertupat for
really
Malays.
Quite special, right?
Yeah. I never thought that we can form and we can design and we can create the Kertupat to other kind of design. In my head, one thing is just a container. So how can people create other form of design?
It's great to have access or, allocated a passionate craftsperson who is able to share their experience and patiently teach the techniques. That is really valuable to me. I think it would definitely influence my future projects.
I hope that these practices we carry on. I think it's very, very sayang to just forget about the practices.
Yeah, I hope this project will remind us of the value of traditional craft. There's so much intelligence, so much value, heritage in traditional crafts. So I hope we can remind ourselves to revisit, to really reintegrate traditional crafts into our everyday lives.